This month, the Select Board learned that a Heights restaurant at Park and Mass Ave has been operating without a license for more than a year. As a result, the license for that eatery has been denied in a unanimous decision by the board at its March 18th meeting. The doors are now closed indefinitely at the Boston Pizza and Gyro, which serve pizza and Mediterranean fare at 1323 Mass Ave. Ismail Beyaztaz, the owner of the restaurant, attended the March 4th Select Board meeting, seeking the approval of a common license. That's when board members quickly noticed the business has been operating without this license for roughly 13 months. When we stopped by on March 13th, the business was closed. According to Town Manager James Feeney, the restaurant had to meet several requirements in order for the licensing process to move ahead. This after a town inspection of the eatery was conducted March 6th.
There was a rear egress door that was insufficient and led to a set of stairs that had no landing. The basement stairs were not illuminated. There was far too much signage on the front of the building, and it exceeded the maximum allowable size per our zoning bylaw. One of the fire alarm pull stations was clearly obstructed and not able to be accessed. There are pictures of each of those conditions in the establishment. Separately, a hearing was held with staff at the Board of Health on Thursday, March 7th, at which point there was a follow-up report provided by Lead Health Compliance Officer Pat Martin and signed by Mr. Beyaztaz, identifying a number of conditions that need to be met over time, including working with a food safety consultant moving forward. Mr. Beyaztaz was to notify health department staff of whom the food consultant was going to be that they hired. As of today's date, no action has been taken. With respect to the items that were identified during the March 6th on-site field inspections by Inspectional Services and the fire department, we had scheduled a follow-up inspection in advance, and that inspection was to take place at 10 a.m. today. Upon arrival today, unfortunately, the business was locked up tight, the lights were off, and no one was present. The best we could tell in terms of looking at the signage on the windows, and again, using daylight to peer through the windows and observe some of the other observable conditions, it regrettably looks like not one step has been taken to correct any of the violations or deficiencies that were noted.
I move to deny the application for the common victualler license, and Mr. Feeney pointed out everything that's happened since the last meeting. We made it very clear what needed to happen in the 2 weeks from March 4th to March 18th. I do note, and I think several of us have probably gone by the business since that meeting, and every time I went by, it was during posted business hours, but the store was closed in every instance, and I believe that's consistent with what Mr. Ciampa's experience was up and through this morning. So I don't think the business has even been open since March 4th, but given what needed to be done and what was made clear, we can't even think about approving this. So that's my motion. Thank you.
At the board meeting March 18th, James Feeney indicated the establishment can't open without facing an escalating series of town fines.